All right, so welcome back. This week, instead of doing something in depth on a reading lesson, I'm going to do what I call model reading. I typically do this with my AP English students, and even the best of the readers. It does a couple of things. It either affirms that you're doing it right, or it demonstrates a new way to access something that you may not have done or may not be thinking about. So the three things that I want to do in model reading is I want to do this. I want to encourage you to have a conversation with the text. I want to encourage you to use your knowledge, and I want to encourage you to use the questions to answer the questions once you get to that part. And instead of doing an in-depth reading, and instead of doing an in-depth lesson, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to do this. I'm going to demonstrate it on this video, and then I'm going to do it at like game speed. My athletes will know what I'm saying when I say that. But game speed, what I mean is almost as fast as I would do it in my head. Now, obviously, I can read a little bit faster. I have the conversations faster in my head, and I'm demonstrating it to you to have it out loud. But this is the way that it kind of works. So the passage that I'm going to use is the one that I assigned you last week, and I put it on the screen here in case you don't have it in front of you. It was mentioned to me that a lot of you guys may not have the passage in front of you. So in order to do this today, what I'm going to do is do that, and I'll kind of scroll back and forth to show you how I get stuff. So here we go. Um, the passage starts like this: questions 38 through 47 based on the following passages. Passage 1, adapted from Stuart Brand, The Case for Reviving Extinct Species. Well, Jurassic Park, huh? Passage 2, adapted from, and that's National Geographic Society. Passage 2, adapted from the editors at Scientific American, why efforts to bring extinct species back from the dead miss the point. So they seem to be opposing each other. They both seem to be from legitimate scientific journals. So that's actually good. It's not just some mommy blogger. Anyway, here we go. Passage 1. Many extinct species, from the passenger pigeon to the woolly mammoth, might now be reclassified as bodily but not genetically dead. They're dead, but their DNA is recoverable from museum specimens and fossils, even those up to 200,000 years old. Thanks to new developments in genetic technology, that DNA may eventually bring animals back to life. Only species whose DNA is too old to be recovered, such as dinosaurs, are the ones to consider totally extinct bodily and genetically. Okay, so this is my 10 lines, 11 lines. I know that I'm reading about this passage is about the case for reviving extinct species. It sounds like it is. They use a couple of examples: passenger pigeons, woolly mammoth. They talk about dinosaurs being too far gone to be actually recovered, but I've seen Jurassic Park. I know different. All right. But why bring vanished creatures back to life? It will be expensive and difficult. It will take decades. It won't always succeed. Why even try? Why do we take enormous trouble to protect endangered species? The same reasons apply to species brought back from extinction: to preserve biodiversity, to restore diminished ecosystems, to advance the science of preventing extinctions, and to undo harm that humans have caused in the past. So I want to make a note to myself that the whole idea here is that this person is trying to equate taking the trouble to protect endangered species conservation is he's basically equating that to what they're trying to do, recovering these extinct species. Anyway, it gives a list of reasons to preserve, to restore, to advance, to undo harm. So if I get a question about those, then I'm going to be looking back in that paragraph. Furthermore, the prospect of de-extinction is profound news. That something as irreversible and final as extinction might be reversed is a stunning realization. The imagination soars. Just the thought of mammoths and passenger pigeons alive again invokes an awe and wonder that drives all conservation at its deepest level. So, definitely positive on the idea. Passage 2, and this is the one that opposes it. The idea of bringing back extinct species holds obvious gee whiz appeal and respite from a steady stream of grim news. Gee whiz appeal kind of reminds me of this the imagination soars. Anyway, holds gee whiz appeal and respite from a steady stream of grim news. Grim news being obviously the extinction of species. Yet, with limited intellectual bandwidth and financial resources to go around, de-extinction threatens to divert attention from modern biodiversity crisis. According to a 2012 report from the International Union for Conservation of Nature, some 20,000 species are currently in grave danger of going extinct. So